What's poppin', everyone? It's your boy Alan back again with a brand new review for I Dream of Indie. Today we're going to do the one thing more boring than actual fishing, and that's video game fishing. My subjective opinion aside, today's game is Fishing North Atlantic, which is developed and published by MISC Games. This follow-up to their successful Fishing Bering Sea looks to expand upon the fishing simulation formula by having you, the player, work your way up the ranks as a commercial fisherman in the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic. Boasting several dozen different boats, real-world mechanics, and multiple types of fishing, this adventure looks to put you in command of your own vessel as you make the deadliest catch. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't tell you port from starboard, and about the only nautical thing I could tell you is swab the poop deck. So I went into this one kinda dreading it. I will say though, I do enjoy simulation games, and while I do question why people want an entire game centered around the worst part of Sonic Adventure, this title actually piqued my interest quite a bit. The visuals here are crisp, if at times a little glitchy. Not since Sea of Thieves have I played a game that truly encompassed the feeling of being at sea, with the boat bobbing and knocking up and down as I passed over the rough waters, at times even kind of giving me a little bit of motion sickness. The water physics look pretty damn good here, especially for being done by a smaller indie studio, and all of the roughly 25 vessels currently available have a distinct and unique design to them. The user interface, while a little bit clunky, fits the nautical simulation theme perfectly, as you sit in either the captain's chair or, if you're a masochist, atop your mast bearing the elements to steer your ship with authentic looking and feeling naval controls. I had a lot of fun just taking my starting vessel out and exploring the world around me, discovering a lighthouse, neighboring island homes, and playing chicken with a much larger vessel. I even got a kick out of the larger vessel freaking out and blasting its air horn at me. The music is pretty great here as well, with built-in radio station that plays relaxing nautical themed music, and as an added bonus, this game allows you to replace the radio station with a custom URL of your own. So if you're like me, you can blast Lonely Islands, I'm on a boat while threatening the lives of a crew of a nearby fishing vessel. Ultimately, this title features an amazing presentation that faithfully captures the look and feel of being a ship captain. Gameplay, however, is a mixed bag. This adventure is feature-ridden with various vessels, and accompanying this are various items and upgrades you can buy in each port, along with available crewmen to manage and side missions to complete in order to earn bonus cash, so you can purchase a better boat and more competent crew. Staying true to the simulation formula, the crew all have a base salary and profit requirement, breaking port rules result in fines, and fuel consumption is a priority when it comes to exploration. When it comes to earning money, there is longline fishing, harpooning, and netting. In the beginning of the game, you are forced to use a tiny vessel just to harpoon, and if I'm honest, it could have been just me, but the harpooning mechanic felt terrible. I never felt like I had proper control of my aim, and when throwing, the entire thing just felt like an effort and frustration. I spent forever trying to hit one stupid swordfish, and if we're real, I don't want to spend hours in real life fishing, so I certainly don't want to waste hours doing that with virtual fishing, especially when something this core of a mechanic feels this dysfunctional and should be polished up a bit. The good news, though, is that you can slow grind your way via missions available at each port and deliver goods back and forth enough in order to grind out money for a slightly better boat and not have to deal with the harpooning mechanic. Or you can spend the time needed to compensate for the questionable design decisions and master the mechanic. I just didn't see the point in limiting progression so hard at the early onset of the game, when it would have been more interesting to pick from a variety of smaller fishing vessels that focus on a mechanic that you prefer, and then you can expand from there. Ideally, I would have liked to have the opportunity to test out harpooning, netting, or longline fishing, and then start with one and then slowly build up boats that can do either all three or a combination thereof. All things considered, this was a fun little title to play, and sitting at $35 on Steam, I would heavily recommend this title to anyone who is a fan of fishing or simulation games. If these two genres aren't your cup of tea, then I don't think this will be the one to win you over. There's a lot here for the avid fishing enthusiast, and while not being a huge fan of fishing myself, I did have a lot of fun with this title. I think MISC has a solid foundation here to expand upon over the next few years. With that, I think it's time to wrap things up here, and this is Alan saying sayonara as I'm off to play another round of chicken. You know what? This is what you get for finding me. Gotta do it! Aww. Oh, that was slightly disappointing. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Alan. I want to thank you again for tuning in to another one of my videos. You can help support I Dream of Indie's mission statement to bring a voice to the voiceless in gaming by subscribing to the channel, hitting that bell icon, consider becoming a member, and if nothing else, check out another one of our videos.